and worse. I swear every year it gets more and more stressful, and it's like day 9 and I already just can't take it, you know. Yeah, okay, I'll go away. I know this is a cringy character. I'm just gonna look at what I actually think the year's gonna look like. It's not gonna be that bad, is it? Oh, you thought there were gonna be different characters? No, same outfit. It's me. If you don't know me, hello, I'm Amy Lee, and welcome to this video. It's the first video in my new series, Mental Health Mondays. That was like the SpongeBob imagination, if you didn't quite get that. But this series is every Monday I'll be coming out with a video talking about a different topic regarding mental health and well-being, just kind of an unscripted blab about the topic and things that I think might help you, and just generally talking it through together, really. Just a nice little safe space for us to sit down, get comfy, and talk about what's going on in our funny little heads. The new year is overwhelming, and honestly, I think that there's so much pressure in New Year's resolutions and what you're gonna do this year. Like, this month of January is so hectic and stressful, and it really doesn't need to be. I think this time should be like kind of like a relaxing and revising, overlooking time, a time where we're looking at what we want to do. It's like planning. Let's not be running around like headless chickens, okay? Let's not be whatever was going on in that episode of SpongeBob. Let's relax and talk about the new year in a non-pressurized way, and in a way that it doesn't seem so scary. To do that, actually, we need to get more comfy. Get comfy with me, or if you can't get comfy with me wherever you are, then enjoy my comfiness. I will be back. Okay, comfy now. Comfy enough. Oh, my frog is green, so you can't see him. Oh no, I didn't even think about that. Okay. I was trying to get comfy. This is too much anyway. Let's get to the video. Okay, much better. Now that we're comfy and ready to discuss the new year, so let's start with New Year's resolutions. I think the problem with New Year's resolutions is there's so much pressure to, once you start it, and say, for example, mine's making videos, there's so much pressure for, or, you know, let's generalize, let's go, you know, say you want to quit smoking, you want to drink less, you want to make videos, you want to be more fit, or something like that. It's so hard to actually commit to these things. And the pressure that we put on ourselves in just January alone to be like, by the end of January, I want to be ripped, I want to have abs, I want to be eating chicken, broccoli, that's it. I don't know how you're supposed to achieve that with so many, like, sweetie tins left around, so many sweets, the celebrations are still sitting there, like, you know, the few that's left over, or the ones you bought reduced from Morrison's are just sitting there and they're just looking you in the eye and they're tempting you. It's difficult. So I think that, like, the New Year's resolution you set, don't look at it as, I have to do this in January straight away. Look at it as, throughout the year, I want to build up to having this goal. Because you may think, then that kind of defeats the point. It doesn't. I believe that you need to feel ready to do these things. And I think that every new year, I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself. And I'm talking about myself, like, in a way that hopefully, little anecdote might help you guys. But, like, I think that we put so much pressure on ourselves, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to, for example, make videos. And I look back and I see little 16-year-old me every year going, this is the year that I do it, this is the year that I do it. But I was never quite ready. I wasn't ready, my life wasn't in the right place to make that step. And I think that at this time of year we should be maybe not acting, maybe not doing, just reflecting on what we'd like to do and how we're going to get there. Because my New Year's resolution from like 3 years ago, I only feel ready to act on now, and that's okay because everything's circumstantial. So please don't be looking at Karen's social media where she's like, look at me run a marathon every single day. Let's not look at other people and let's just look at ourselves, and let's like get a little diary, get a little notepad and write down where you'd like to be. And honestly, like, even if you achieve one thing this year and that's getting fitter, but every other goal that you want to do doesn't happen, that is okay, because we, at the beginning of the year, we act like, oh my god, if we don't do it this year, then that is it. No, there's next year. There's the year after that. Time is just a construct. It's not that deep. We don't need to achieve everything right now. And it's good to have goals and a vision of where you want to go. I've had a vision of where I want to go for ages, and I'm honestly, I've been over it like maybe a year, best part of 2 years. I've just been making little baby steps, because let's stop pretending. We're real people with real lives, and the world isn't just going to stop, and the things we need to do aren't just going to stop so we can, I don't know, become the fittest athlete or make loads of YouTube videos or stop smoking or stop drinking or go outside and talk to people more, or whatever your New Year's resolution is. I don't know really what people set them as, but I feel like there's so much pressure at this time of year for us to like, I don't know, go back to work and fit into normal life again and get back into a swing of doing things on top of adding this thing in. How about just like look at the whole year and think, you know, throughout the year I'm going to make baby steps towards doing that. And it's not the end of the world. And also, like, why do we need to be thinking about what we're going to do in December when we've just had December? Like, we don't need to be thinking about the end of next year or what's going to be going on in a few months' time from now. Let's just take this time to, like, chill out and, you know, go ease back into the normal life things now that, like, all the bank holidays, I think all the bank holidays and stuff are done, and that life's going to be, like, going back into a normal thing. Yeah, that was New Year's resolutions. I hope that we understand. Just take the pressure out of it. Another thing I'd like to talk about into the new year, the more spiritual thing. If you're not into spiritual stuff, don't click away and disappear. He's telling you. Don't click away and disappear. Maybe just listen. It's kind of sciencey too. But there is a thing talked about in like spirituality with like New Year and stuff, other than all the moons and the cycles and this and that even I follow, but I don't understand it too much myself. But there is the concept of we're still in the winter time, and it's actually the worst time of year to be putting loads of pressure on yourself, because everything like nature-wise, they're all chilling out still. All the birds are still wherever they've gone to the hotter places. This isn't the time for the plants to grow. I think nature-wise is still chilled out. So why are we just like out here running around like, oh my god, now we've got to sort out the whole year? No, this is, you know, it's cold outside still. It's cold and chilly, so we've got to stay cozy and reflect and read and stuff. Something that I noticed is I feel way more motivated in the summertime. So there's big things I want to do, so I'm going to do them closer to the summertime where I have that energy and stuff, and like do the more cozier things like now, and that's okay. I think that this time what I'm saying is comfort. Remember that although we want to start working towards things, that doesn't mean that we should drop comfort. Look at me right now. Look at this comfy vibe. You should be emulating this. Matcha's telling you. You should be comfy. But like, yeah, look at just food for thought really. The birds and the nature outside and that, they still chilling out. Maybe they got a point. Maybe this time of year we should still be chilling out with them, and we should be planning. And like, you know, slowly easing into doing things we want to do rather than sprinting like, you know, I have got to have a six-pack now by the second week of January. No. Well, yes, if that's what you want to do. Also, I'm not telling you don't rush and throw yourself into these things. Do it. But also, like, it's it's okay. You don't have to throw yourself into stuff like other people. If you just need to dip your toes in, like I mean, for years I've been dipping my toes in stuff I want to do a little bit, dipping in and testing the water and seeing if it's warm enough. And you know, sometimes if the pool's really cold, you can't just throw yourself into the sea or the pool or the sea or wherever the water's cold. You can't just throw yourself in. But sometimes you want to be a bit more cautious, because I don't know, there might be jellyfish in there. There might be fishes in there. There might be stuff, you know, that's going to get in the way. Life, maybe. Normal things that happen. You know, and we just, maybe it's easier to just dip our toes in and gradually, slowly put our shoulders under the water rather than throwing ourselves straight into it. That's, yeah, just a thought. I think what I'm saying is it's okay to not be achieving everything you want to do in the year right now in this month, because that's what the pressure feels like we need to do. But we've got a whole year. You've got months. Just start planning. The next thing I would like to talk about is attitude. I think that as you saw in the display of the beginning of my video, where I said that everything's going to be rubbish and the world sucks and the year's going to suck, attitude is such an important part of the year. Like the mindset that you go into this year with is going to reflect. So whatever like you say into the existence or you say to other people is gonna just be mirrored to you. This isn't just to do with New Year, this is just everything in general. But like if we're going into this year saying this year is gonna be worse than last year, then it is gonna be worse than last year. And if you're going in going, okay, let's refresh, if we take our time going into the year and going, oh well, I want to improve and I want to grow and learn, then that's what you're going to get. So I really think that the attitude that you choose to take into this year is going to be the thing that sticks with you. So I personally, I'm coming into this year with, I've deleted TikTok and I want to read more, and I want this year to be career growth and personal growth. And I mean, that's not different from any other year. I've had way worse, horrible years. Last year was a bit stagnant for me. Nothing really, I moved out, big things happened, but also nothing. It felt like visually looking at it, not a lot happened, but mentally and like personal growth wise, so much happened. So I think and that's because last year I went into the year with the attitude of like everything's gonna get better. And did everything happen in that year that I wanted it to? No. Am I anywhere near the big goals that I want? I'm not there yet, but I'm making steps. The attitude that you have going into this year is going to really set the year up for what it's going to be. So we should be relaxing and planning and talking positively about what we want to happen. Yeah. Also, speaking of New Year's resolutions, I'm not saying don't have them or don't act upon them now. If you feel ready to, it's fine. But like, as I said, I had resolutions I can remember like little me looking at the new year, and it was such a big thing for me. I was like, this year I'm ready, and I wasn't, and that's okay, because there was other things I needed to work on that year that popped up out of nowhere, and I worked on them, and now I am at a point where I'm ready for these things. So if set realistic goals is what I'm talking about. Set yourself a realistic goal. Reflect on your situation now and look at where you want to be, and choose the small step. Choose a small step to focus on that's going to get you there. For example, I want to grow my channel, and I want to all these things. I want a podcast, and I want to make clothes, and I want to do this. And last year, all I had rushing around my washing machine brain like a blah, 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 was all of these things I wanted to do, and I couldn't take any steps, really. I took a few small ones last year towards it, but I couldn't take half the steps that I wanted to because I was so overwhelmed by every single thing I wanted to do, when realistically all I needed to do was choose one little step to push me in the right direction. So necessarily your New Year's resolution doesn't have to be this huge big thing, this life-changing thing you're gonna do. It could just be like, just wash your dishes after you've used them, or something small like that to push you, nudge you in, oh look a little, to nudge you in the right direction, you know? Yeah. I don't want to do a really long waffle today, so I hope this discussion of mental health, cozy discussion about the new year and mental health, you've enjoyed, and it's given you a nice little taste of what it's going to look like in other videos, other Mental Health Monday videos, where we'll be getting cozy and talking about topics. I'll give you a teaser for next Monday. We're going to be talking about kind of self-expression and finding yourself, and kind of this week's a bit relaxed energy, you know, as I've said, reflection, and next week's going to be like looking into you and how you're feeling, and not how you feel about yourself and how you want to express yourself, rather than these things we've talked about that are quite external and how the world views you and habits. We're going to be talking more like presentation and bodies and fun stuff. So if you want to join me for that, then please click the little buttons down below and subscribe to me, because it would be very helpful and I'd love to have you around. Also, this isn't the only series I'm going to be starting. There's another one, fashion related, coming soon if you're interested in that, so stick around. Thank you so much for supporting me, everybody that has, and I'm really enjoying these videos. So yeah. Also, write what you want me to talk about mental health wise, because I am an old lady. Well, I'm not an old lady, but mentally there's an old lady in here that's been through a lot of stuff, and I can advise on a big range of topics of stuff, and if I can't, I'll look into it for you. So thank you so much, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Bruv. Bruvski.